What's up, guys? So, what I want to do today is pretty much go through the Bitcoin market. Not going to look at any other thing, just Bitcoin. Show you what I'm seeing, how I placed a few trades last week, made 14%. Show exactly how you could have done it as well. Pretty basic, using Fibonacci, support, resistance, market structure, trend lines, and everything like that. I'm also going to show you where I think Bitcoin could go end of this cycle, or if this is the end of the cycle, where it could end up and maybe bottom out. So I'm going to show you that as well. I'm going to show you also based off the last cycle and stuff like that. So just going to show you what I'm doing and how you guys can find better areas to buy the bottoms and stuff like that. So let's get into it. So I am on the Bitcoin chart right now. So let's just say, Bitcoin topped out at on the 24th of Jan. You're like, Bailey, I just have no idea where that could have gone. Well, if you get the fibs tool and you go from there to the bottom to the top, you can find out some levels where Bitcoin might bounce. So it might bounce at the 86K at the 0.382, 79, and 72. So just looking at that, I'm like, okay, cool. So 382, probably if it's going to reverse it, it's going to either bounce there, but I feel like it's just too early. I think we have to get a more deeper retracement. Like most bull runs have about 30% pullback. So if we go 30% from the top, 30% is at least where the 0.5 is, which actually lines up with here. And you can see here there's a bit of like resistance there, that there's something been stopping price from going up. So if we put a line there, and again, if you go from that point to there, it's about 30% almost actually on the dot. That's insane. So then what I would do is I go on the 1 hour and I go, okay, well, what, like how strong that resistance was, let's just check. So if you go on the 1 hour, from all the way through here, this is the only resistance that was there. This is going up, so this is going sideways. So I would definitely have it where it is. I'd probably adjust it more to around there. Actually, I put more here. So yeah, more there. So I'd have it around there. And that's where I'd believe Bitcoin would probably reverse based off just previous cycles. So anyways, what you do then is once you've got in your area where price might reverse, you put in your I guess golden pocket, we call it, the 382 and the 618. So all we do is this. So we get this, we go from there, we go, the price has to reverse here if it's going to remain bullish. If it doesn't, then it's not good. So let's just see what happens. We put this is the replay to it, by the way, guys. It's going to come up to where we are now. So we came down, and first of all, we bounced to 382, and then we finally hit that level I just drawed in. And at the moment, we are still in that zone, and that's where we are currently. So currently, we are still in this, right? So we're not really bullish or we're not bearish. There is some ways that we can be bullish, which I'll show you soon, but we are still in this golden pocket. We have to break now to the upside. So what we need to do now is see a break, maybe a retest, and then a takeoff. That's the bullish scenario. Bearish scenario would be obviously we come down here and we hit and we go back down. That's obviously bearish. Or we just stay sideways for a bit and we just continue to go sideways, which won't be great. And I don't think will happen. Okay, so that's how you could have actually seen where Bitcoin might have retraced to at the moment, which I think is really cool. Now, what I'm also going to show you guys is I'm going to track in like a downtrend. So I always trade off downtrend lines and uptrend and stuff like that. So if we go from the top and we go just based off where price is rejected, you can see at the moment we had a close above. We've had another close above. I don't know. Yeah, we've had a close above. I would almost put the actual trend line more like that, to be honest with you guys. So we've had one close above, another close, another close. So it's pretty, that does show that market might be reversing, but it's also possible that we actually just go like this and then down here and then, bye-bye. I don't think it will happen, but it's definitely a possibility. And the 618 fibs is like somewhere around here as well. And what I mean by that is this is where price could also reverse if this is not the bottom. So if we go from here to here, I would say that where the price would probably going to most likely to reverse is in this section here. Pretty much in here. So the 618, we could reverse about here. So that means from 73 to around 70K is where we might bounce next. So price, obviously, from where it is now, it could do this. So let me just get this out. We could come down and bounce here, and then we take off. Like that could be the scenario. But I'm liking what I'm seeing at the moment. Double bottom is pretty bullish pattern to see. But we're not sold until we break above that area I shared with you before. So anyways, let me just get rid of all this stuff now. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Now, I want to show you how I actually was able to, yeah, I guess make some money last week just trading Bitcoin on the 1 hour. So went on the 1 hour and I shared this all on my story. So if anyone wasn't watching my story, I don't know what you're doing. Look at my story. I share my trades all the time on there. So if we get the replay tool and we actually go from where I was showing people, so I was showing this on my story, and the reason I was showing this is because you've got the double bottom, we've got actual bullish divergence on the double bottom, we've got bullish divergence on also the OBV and supporting the move. So then I was like, okay, well, this could also definitely be a W pattern playing out. So just trying to find why. There it is. So we got this, 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 and then I was saying we're going to go up here. So just based off that, what you could have done, which is what I did, is long position. Let's say we entered off here. You can have your stop loss like below this level, or you could have it. I'll show you actually what I properly did, what I actually did. So then we went to around that level. So yeah, I probably would have. Honestly, I probably myself, I believe it was somewhere around here. So it was like 5 to 1. So what that means is if you had $100,000 account, you now just made 5% on your account. So that means you've made $5,000 on this one trade here. And then let's just see how this played out. And I shared this on my story. Bang. That was Trump's bloody thing that he shared. And then we started going down. Right. And from this level I shared as well. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. And then I said, I literally shared this, I can show you the video, that we're gonna come down, we're gonna go about around this level, and then we're gonna come back up to around 86K, I said. I'm just gonna get rid of that. So we came down and then pretty much, as you can see, we came back up. Bang. So just before, how did I know that we're going to come down? Well, we failed to really hold above this resistance line. And then also, if you just do a basic fibs retracement, so go from bottom to the top, we came down to the golden pocket, which is this, but we got a bounce to 0.5, which lined up with this support. So how I trade any fib bounce is I actually get my well, you obviously know I shorted as well, so I shorted from here actually. So I would have had my stop loss there, and I might take profit more here. My stop loss was actually a lot smaller, so it would have been about like a 3 to 1 trade. That's what I remember. So that's now about, so that's $3,000 now. So we're about $8,000 if you got a 100K trading account. So that's 8%. And that's how I'd have done that short. And then let's get out of that. You can see the 0.5 here. My stop loss for my entry, because I saw this, and then I would have went on my long, and I would have entered off there. My stop loss at the 618, because that's just how I do fibs. And my take profit around 86K. So let's see what Should be about 6 to 1 almost. So let's just see. Yeah, like 6.4. So that would have been about $6,000 on that one trade. Let's just see how this played out. And did we hit our target? Oh, bang. We hit the target. You can see literally that's that week. Got us literally in by a beef stick. So yeah, that's my how did the trades for the week. Now you're like, Bailey, okay, where are we going next? Well, this is where we're going next. So look, it does look pretty bullish to me looking at this. Other thing I'm looking at is bearish divergence. OVV is kind of topped out at the moment, which is actually more bullish than bearish, but RSI is not looking great, and we do need a retrace. So what do we do, guys? Well, we go from the bottom to the top. Let me get rid of this one so it doesn't confuse you guys. What do? We draw in. I mean, it has bounced off the 382, so that is pretty bullish. So we'll see how that goes. But if we decide to go down even more, well, then we're going to come down to, I would say, the 618 and the 0.5. So let's just see what happens. I think there's more chance for it to come down than go up from here because of the bearish divergence. And it's really good for price to retrace. Like, you don't want price to continue. So let's just say, for example, we decide to do a trade off the 618. So let's just say you guys decided to do this with me. And we longed all the way back up to where it was, and we put a stop loss here. Now I know the classic thing is, you know, price will come down and hit your stop loss and then go back up, which is definitely possible to do. And it just looks really strong, the 618. You can see that the wicks have hit here and just bounced straight away. So that's what I'd be looking at for a trade setup, and that's about 3.5 to 1. So if you had 100 grand, you'd make about 3.5k. So that's the trade that I did. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, is I want to show you something. Yeah, I just want to show you like where I think Bitcoin can go next. So you guys probably wondering some like, where will Bitcoin, like what target should we be aiming for? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this onto log. I'm going to chuck in, not fib, sorry. I'm going to chuck in my fib extension. And let's just say this is not the bottom of, no, this is the bottom of the wave. I will then go from there to there. And the levels that are showing are level 1 was 113, no, 166, sorry, 113, I was like, that doesn't look right. So 166k Bitcoin. The second level is about 272. Now, I don't really think Bitcoin will get that high, but it's just interesting that these are the levels that are showing. So let's just keep an eye on that. There's also what I've been doing is looking on another Bitcoin chart. Let me just get that away. Chuck in. Sorry, I chuck in my log. Yeah, cool. So if we just go off every other bull run, right? So let's just say we went from the last bull run, from that low to there. You know, if we actually did exactly what 2021 did, we would hit about like 325. But if you look at this, the old bull run, you know, we did a lot more in 2017. So up to 2017 is this much. And you can see here that 2021 didn't get anywhere close to that top. So if we're going to be a bit more conservative, we will probably go, well, that was 2021's top. Let's just go like maybe that much, or like something like that. And we go from bottom there. That makes us about 148k Bitcoin. Is definitely a target we could hit. So it's going to be interesting. It's just something I was looking at. So we'll look at that later on. Now, where could Bitcoin actually retrace to? Well, look, if this is retracement, I'm going to go back to this chart now. if this is a retracement of the whole move, I'll just go automatic, then what we want to do is we want to go from the bottom, and we go from the top, and then where prices obviously can reverse is in this area. So 50K is pretty much the next level of support that we need Bitcoin to bounce off if it does go down from here. If it breaks below that, we're not looking good. Like, we're not looking good at all, because that's a retracement of the whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. So it's going to be interesting. And like I shared in the other video, guys, is we look on the daily. There's a lot of resistance of price getting through here. And what the best thing about this all is, I'll just show you quickly. So you can see here, there's a lot of buyers, and there's also a lot of buyers here as well. So at the 94K and the 92K, there's a lot of people who bought. So if price gets to here, there's going to be a lot of like resistance of people who have bought their bags and now they're breaking even, so they're selling. But if we get through this area and we get through it, that's extremely bullish, because it means these people are happy to hold because they believe the price will go a lot higher. If they don't believe Bitcoin will go higher, they obviously will sell. And all these people who have bought, if they haven't already sold, well, then, you know, Bitcoin will just come up. I'll show you what I mean. Bitcoin might go like this, come up, and then get rejected, and then we go down, because that creates an A and then a B wave, and then a C wave down. Now, C wave down, like I said, at 50K is like pretty much the lowest that we want to get on the weekly. On the daily, I would say around 73K. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I really hope that this has given you some value, kind of given you a bit more idea about what's happening with Bitcoin. So far, we've had a really strong support with a double bottom pattern, which is pretty bullish, okay? Especially when you get bullish divergence on the RSI. Plus, look at the volume. If you look at this, just so you guys can understand, because I want you guys to understand this, right now, that's where, so if we go like this, price has already broken above this resistance, but right now price hasn't. And OBV is a leading indicator, which means this usually does show you where price is going to go. So price should start to break above here, but anything can happen. It's just an indicator. It's not confirmation. The only confirmation we should be looking for, right, is Bitcoin creating bullish market structure. So once Bitcoin breaks above this area, it's created a higher high. And once it's created a higher low, that is bullish. Bullish market structure, because here people are selling, then people are buying, which means the sentiment has turned. So there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. If you like more content like this, please make sure to subscribe, like, and let me know in the comments. And yeah, just make sure you stay up to date on my story if you want to get some alpha, and make sure you're not missing out on just simple setups that can help you make money in the crypto space. Anyways, guys, have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you guys soon.